Right now on ABC 10 News at 4 o'clock, the disturbing new details revealed about the California man accused of killing his 2 children in Mexico. Plus, all California teachers and staff will now be required to get vaccinated. Our state is the first to implement this mandate. A local infectious disease expert weighs in on the requirement. And the cost of inflation. The area is seeing the biggest price jumps as our reopening continues.
ABC 10 News at 4 starts now.
We're learning shocking new details today about the Santa Barbara man police say confessed to killing his 2 young children in Mexico. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kimberly Hunt. And ABC 10 News reporter Leah Pizzetti is joining us now live from the border where he was caught. And Leah shows us the technologies used to find him. Leah?
Right, Kimberly, we do just want to warn people that the details we're about to share are hard to hear. So it all came to light today as the suspect appeared in federal court in Los Angeles. Police say his wife reported him and their 2 children missing over the weekend. She then used the Find My iPhone application to see he was in Mexico, then later right here at the border. This is where authorities were able to detain and question him, and they say he then admitted to killing their children. Court documents reveal 40-year-old Matthew Coleman took his 2-year-old son and 10-month-old daughter to Rosarito, Mexico. Surveillance video shows the father and kids checking into a hotel, and those documents say he confessed to then taking them to a ranch and killing them using a spear fishing gun. His motive, documents say he had been, quote, enlightened by QAnon and Illuminati conspiracies, going on to say he believes his wife has serpent DNA that she passed on to their kids, so he thought they would grow up to become monsters, and he was saving the world by killing them. Now, investigators identified Coleman as a surfing instructor in Santa Barbara. Like I said, he was taken into custody right here at the border because authorities were able to use his phone to track him. He has now been charged with foreign murder of U.S. nationals. Reporting live at the border, Leah Pizzetti, ABC 10 News.
Disturbing details. Thank you, Leah. And we will continue to follow this developing story. We will bring you any updates as we get them.
We think this is the right thing to do, and we think this is a sustainable way to keeping our schools open.
California is now the first state to require vaccinations for K through 12 teachers and staff. Governor Gavin Newsom made that announcement today. Those who do not get vaccinated will have to undergo weekly testing. It comes as many schools across the state are back in session in person. ABC 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie spoke with a local infectious disease expert about this new mandate.
I think we have enlightened leaders, people that recognize what's at stake, their own health, the health and safety of the children that they're serving. That's their mission, that's our mandate, and we're confident that we'll see compliance.
Governor Newsom's announcement comes as staff and students alike across California are going back in the classroom, many of them for the first time in over a year. The mandate similar to others we've seen for state and county workers, for example. But for schools, this is a first of its kind in the U.S. A local expert we talked to says anything that gets more people to roll up their sleeves is a good thing.
No, I really support measures that encourage people to be vaccinated.
Dr. Robert Schooley is a UCSD professor of medicine specializing in infectious diseases and global public health. He says the governor's decision to impose a vaccine mandate for school staff is important at a time when smaller children still can't get vaccinated and seem more susceptible to the Delta variant of COVID-19, especially as the majority of kids go back to school in California in the next few weeks. The governor's mandate appears to have support already from at least one of the major teachers' unions in California. One of them, the CTA, already saying that nearly 90% of its members are already vaccinated. Under the policy, school staff would have to show proof of vaccination or submit to regular testing. And some districts already have implemented their own such policies.
Schools are essential. And teachers and people who work in schools need to be protected. And the best way to protect them right now, particularly since the younger children are not yet vaccinatable, is to encourage them to be vaccinated. So I think this is a very good public health step.
Reporting from home, Mary McKenzie, ABC 10 News.
And starting today, all hospitals in California are requiring visitors to show proof of vaccination or provide a negative test. We're taking an in-depth look at what you need to know. This applies to all hospitals, skilled nursing facilities, and intermediate care facilities. The mandate applies to people visiting inpatients, those who are admitted and staying overnight. Places such as emergency room departments do not have a requirement, and Dr. Hai Xiao from Sharp believes it will help stop the spread and encourage people to get their shot.
I hope that by going through the procedure, we can convince more people to get vaccinated because the science is very clear. The vaccine is effective and safe.
There are several ways to prove you're vaccinated. You can show your physical vaccination card, a photo of the card, documentation from a healthcare provider, or you can visit the website on your screen to request a digital copy. If you can't prove that you're vaccinated, a negative test within 72 hours is required. Some longer lines are expected initially because of this change, but Dr. Xiao says it won't last long.
They don't have to hopefully go through the same process over and over again. So at least and then the future processes will be faster because we have the record.
Those who are visiting a patient in critical condition when death may be imminent are exempt from these requirements, but they do still have to wear masks. And the county provided its weekly update on our local vaccination numbers this afternoon. 83% of eligible San Diegans have received one vaccine dose, and nearly 73% are all fully vaccinated.
The surge in COVID infections among unvaccinated people is again highlighting a big problem in hospitals nationwide, and that's the lack of nurses. Some states are seeing the most people hospitalized now than at any point in the pandemic, and it's leading to burnout, or as the president of the National Nurses United calls it, moral distress.
Because we're trying to do our job, and employers, and sad to say, sometimes government agencies don't help us do that. That puts patients in peril. It puts us at risk.
Many nurses have quit amid the pandemic because of working conditions. Even before that, 30% cited burnout as the reason they left healthcare in 2017. That's according to a recent study in the journal Health Policy. Jean Ross with the National Nurses United says she'd like to see federal legislation that requires mandatory staffing ratios like in California. It's the only state that specifies the number of nurses needed for the number of patients in every hospital. More nursing education outreach is something the Emergency Nurses Association says could also help.
It's a multi-prong, multi-approach that you need to be. I mean, starting from getting people from high school into college that go into nursing programs, or working with universities. Something the Emergency Nurses Association is doing is helping departments create a very healthy work environment, so we can work with hospitals too to create a place that you feel safe at.
As nursing organizations push for these changes, the general public can do their part in lifting the burden on nurses by getting vaccinated. In a poll this week, the Associated Press found 70% of Americans trust nurses.
We keep telling people, if you trust us as you say you do, listen to what we say. Vaccination helps.
This is the middle of a global pandemic, something that we have not lived through, any of us, in this lifetime, and hope we don't have to do it again.
A former La Mesa police officer accused of falsifying his report during a controversial arrest will stand trial. The charges are against Matthew Dages. He is the former officer seen in this video arresting a man named Amari Johnson. The arrest, along with the death of George Floyd, led to days of protests in May of 2020. Body cam footage shows Johnson in handcuffs being told he's under arrest for assault on a police officer. All charges against him were eventually dropped. He was questioned about the incident in court this morning.
Could you even understand at all why Officer Dages was questioning you about smoking?
No. I couldn't understand why he would ask me about that.
Mr. Johnson, why were you so frustrated with Officer Dages that day?
Because he was asking me incriminating questions, but for no reason. In my opinion, there was no probable cause to be asking me some of those questions.
At one point, Johnson was asked to point out Dages and accidentally pointed at the wrong person before correcting himself. Dages faces up to 3 years in prison.